What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period, mother.
Hold the fuck on.
What's this baboon sounds you making?
What?
You sounded like a baboon.
Calling a black man a baboon?
Well, don't look like one. Don't act like one. Don't hoot and holler like one.
Wow. Cancel him.
If it walked like a baboon.
Cancel him and his podcast. The fuck?
The Reality Kingdom? Or we put the real in reality or whatever, period?
Or whatever. Is it real to call a black man a baboon?
It's real when you are one.
Somebody gonna clip this.
You lucky.
Anyways, I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. No, I can't stop screaming when you calling me a baboon.
I'm looking out for the fans. I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear
talk about their ears.
The kingdom don't want to hear you screaming deep into
Fuck the kingdom.
People. Y'all hear this?
Y'all know I love y'all more than anything.
I don't know. It's starting to like an abusive relationship.
Damn, it is like that. Anyways, I have an announcement to make before we get into this episode. Nani and Melissa. The next time y'all decide to gang up on my man Turbo, that's gonna be your ass. No, and really this is to Melissa, because Nani already gets her ass handed to her by me
every season. She will be eliminated from Survivor 41 soon. Be ready for that black and white picture. I'm sure Gamer Van will be posting it in about a week.
So yeah, Nani, you already get this. You did. You said Survivor, but
girl, not Survivor 41. The Challenge 41.
The Challenge 41.
That black and white photo will be getting posted soon.
I don't know you, girl. I've never seen you before until now. You're starting off real bad coming for Turbo. You're starting off on my shit list, queen. So I'm letting you know right now, the next time you come for one of my mans, specifically Turbo, that's going to be your ass.
I will say, to be honest, what was the main issue?
What was the problem? What the fuck was the problem? We're going to get into it. No, they trying to be messy in the chat, Lee.
Let's bring it up.
I don't got no comment.
JB says, thoughts on a certain...
And you gonna pull it up? I thought you were pulling up the other one.
Thoughts on a certain Miss Redacted allegedly trying to redact with redactee on 41. Honestly, I don't believe anything I see on the internet. Point blank in the period. I really don't care, and I do slightly find it weird that people are trying to make it this like people want her to do it, and it's like they see it as funny because of course it makes Corey uncomfortable. I mean, if that's what makes you laugh, then have it. It doesn't make me laugh, but I honestly just don't believe it. If I'm being honest, I don't believe it. I honestly think it's just to get the AmeriCorey's pissed, and it's happening successfully. Because, I mean, like literally, I was seeing tweets that he deleted all of America's pictures, and then you go to the page, that's not happening. So, I just don't believe it. If I'm being honest, you don't have no thoughts at all.
I can't because they're not your thoughts. So,
oh, you believe it?
I just won't comment. What I will say is, I don't believe that it is a cheating. I don't think the word cheat should be involved, regardless of whatever situation they're inflating, because I do feel like it's inflated regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
And that's just that on that.
I mean, we'll see, girl. If it's something for real.
Because I mean, let me just be frank. This is what I will say. If I was dating Corey and then I was at the challenge and I saw CT and I got drunk,
I wouldn't even need the liquor. So do I think it was cheating? Absolutely not. But am I going to sit here and confidently say that somebody saw CT and didn't find them attractive? I can't confidently say that. I will not be surprised if someone did find CT attractive. But I also will say, even if she
is crazy.
She ate it up. No shade.
that's kind of what I'm saying. Is that obvious? Like, to me, it's not hard to believe it because CT is CT. I'm not going to say, oh, why would America flirt with CT? What do you mean? Why wouldn't she? So I genuinely am not going to denounce it because
but that's
I wouldn't blame her for doing it. Is the point? No,
I don't think it's just that blatant. Like I said,
I
like you say, I feel like it's definitely way more inflated just to get the girls riled up, and it's definitely working. So it is what it is. But
exactly.
Period. Hey,
those are my thoughts on that until the season comes and we see what's alleged. Allegedly. Isabel said, I would flirt with him and I'm gay. Exactly. No. Literally. We literally saw him on The Traitors and Phaedra Parks was flirting. Like, you have no choice around CT. So I hate to say it. I wouldn't
got that energy. He got that energy. Ain't he Italian? Yeah, Tamburello.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so this is my question. Is
them Italians be fine?
This is my question. Goes to the chat. This goes to Lee. If your partner was drunk and flirting with a man on TV, is that cheating? That's the real question.
It's not cheating, but it's definitely a hard conversation.
Okay. and that I don't think it's cheating. Like, I don't think I would even it just makes me feel like every time everywhere you go, if you get drunk, you're just gonna be flirting and talking to other men, you know? I understand that. I do think it's different being on TV because, to be frank, America understands reality TV. Let me stop saying this lady name. The person involved really understands reality TV because the person involved is a stan of reality TV. And on reality TV, there are storylines, there are things that get you more brought back. And another thing that these pages have also said is she's probably coming back to the show because of her, drama and performance.
Oh, Mama said, I'm getting a check. I'm getting a storyline.
So a part of me is like, she knows what she's doing in a lot of different ways. So there's that on that. Flirting with one of the big three, a Johnny, a CT, or whatever. Like, if that did happen, she's getting a call back.
Yeah.
And that's her job. Is that not? She needs to get paid.
I will say secretly, I hope it's not true, because in a way I do think they're so cute together, but that's something separate.
I don't think it's a detrimental thing. No shade. Not that she would talk to Corey about it, but I don't think Corey is the type of man to be so hurt. A lot of people would be very, very hurt by that. I wouldn't be that one of those people. I don't even think I would care that much. Like, I would flirt with CT too. Like, if I was dating America, because I'm bisexual, I technically could in one world. If I was dating America and she was flirting with CT and she came home, my gay ass, I'd be like, girl, me too. Like, you're good. Like, you're good. And I do feel like Corey is kind of more towards that side of the spectrum rather than the side of the spectrum to be like, oh, we got to break up because he doesn't act like that. So I'm not worried.
I feel like I definitely agree with Dalby in the chat. You love Dalby. I'm personally not secure enough for my lady to go flirt with someone else. And I think that's exactly what it is. Like, that's I'll be honest about it. I'm very, very not secure enough. I can't do it. I'm sorry. No. Mm-hmm. But girl, JB said, y'all remember Danny and Cody on BB22? Now, that was cheating. I'm sorry. Look,
that was intense. That was
cheating down. That is a whole also scenario. Well, that's the thing. We don't watch them 24/7, so who knows what's really happening in the challenge house. But with Big Brother seeing all of that tea, if I was Dominic, girl, she would have came home to an empty house.
No, that was very uncomfortable to watch because I do really, really like Dominic and I liked their relationship together. So I was like, whoa, but I mean, they're still together. So, but that's also like, it's so much different. And this might be a bad thing to incentivize, but it's so different when you're actually in a relationship and it actually happens to you being in a relationship. All you single people on the internet, y'all ain't got no nigga in sight. There ain't no nigga in your DMs. Your phones are dry. So y'all talking about a relationship is very different than being in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and your person is flirting, you're not breaking up. No one is breaking up with that. And it's honestly sad, but a lot of people, not no one, 90% of people are not going to break up because their partner was flirting with somebody drunk. They're going to be pissed and angry. We just saw Jersey Shore with fucking Sammy and Ronnie doing that every fucking episode. But it's like, you're not going to break up. You're going to be mad. You're going to be like, girl, don't do that shit ever again. Embarrassing me. Are you crazy? But that's it. So, girl, it's not going to be nothing for real. Y'all, people was acting like, oh, they're going to, you AmeriCorys. Y'all got to delete your. No, they don't. No, they don't. I promise you. The fact that, I was finna get real crazy. I'm gonna just leave that thought there. Let's get into the episode. I was just gonna say, I'll say we put the real in reality. It is how do I say this without sounding the most crazy? Because I love Corey and I love America. But I'll just pose a question. Can Cody Cody. Can Corey break up with her even if he wanted to? Does Corey have the case?
I definitely feel like
Does Corey have the leverage in the relationship? Is the question. Because you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm asking?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Let me be quiet. Because I could have went real crazy with that. It's just, let's say he did break up with her. I'd be like, hold on. This was a prize. But anyways, let's go to
Oh, wait.
No!
I was thinking more who's wearing the pants. You're
That's
thinking this is the best you ever gonna get.
Right. Is it crispy? Have you
Is
ever
it
had a crispy
crispy?
cream before?
Yeah, because I'm not letting no bad bitch go. I'm sorry. Like me and Corey,
It's like I'm
me
thinking,
and Corey, me and Corey, we're forced to have an open relationship because he gonna go back to Taylor all the time. And I have to go, me and Wharton. Anytime I'm mentioning Corey,
or
I'm talking
Burger.
about Wharton. I'm talking about Wharton.
Burger.
Get the fuck out of my face. You know who I'm talking
I'm
about.
gonna tell America.
But like I'm not losing a bet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's and to be frank, let's say my partner looked like who is somebody who look egregious that I could say they look egregious. Who is somebody who looks egregious and I could say it? Oh, Daniel Durston from Big Brother. If that was my man and he went on and cheated, girl, it's off. It's nothing.
You can go.
But if
I gave you a chance.
Girl, I was giving you a chance, bitch. But if my man looks like Turbo or CT, bitch, you can go. You can literally fuck a bitch on TV. I'm not leaving. How about that? I'm threatening you,
girl. Look,
I'm not leaving.
Look. Call me Jenna. No shade. No shade. No shade.
The fuck. Pussy still wide open. It's nothing.
Crazy.
Anyways,
it's wide open is crazy.
It's nothing. Autumn baby. What's she on? Number 9?
Oh,
6.
My God.
Her and Jessica, they compete. Her and Jessica Grab. Jenna and Jessica Grab is competing down for the Trumpy babies. How many Trumpy babies can you get? And you get a Trumpy baby. You get a Trumpy baby. I need somebody else to join.
You got to go ahead to say what you wanted to say.
I didn't know you didn't want me to go ahead.
And now it's just all coming out.
I see. You know what's crazy? Rewind back when I said, should I say this? I shouldn't have said it.
You shouldn't have said it because now the filter is gone.
Yep. It just goes away. Oh my God. Put me on one of these shows. I'll just call everybody crazy. Nothing problematic though. Well, that was kind of problematic. Not really. Can I get canceled?
No.
Good. All right. Starting this episode, Shane does have a diary room about how he got to get rid of Frank because he got to get his bestie back. Okay. Veronica and him needs to lock in, and this is his alliance, and Frank is infiltrating it. So he needs him out. Period. Okay?
The Shane and Frank beef is actually so hilarious.
It's almost unserious, right?
Very.
Like, are they serious?
No, a little bit of it gives very much. I remember what I said about Alyssa Edwards and Coco Montrese. It gives very much. We don't really like each other,
right?
But we gonna make this coin. We gonna get the storyline. You know what I mean?
Get the storyline.
Like, especially when Frank approaches Shane, it almost feels like he's about to laugh. I don't know. Like,
it does. They're like giggling.
Like, Frank knows he's just bullshitting. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
literally,
it's his whole idea. I'm not doing this. I'm like, you lying. You know what I mean?
You lying, child. But yes, Kate, Veronica, Adam, and Frank, they do have a discussion, and they talk about how they need to take out the big heavy hitters. 2 people with 2 star holders need to go into elimination so that we can free up them stars. Okay.
Come on.
And the 2 they're talking about is Nani and Turbo, and Ashley, and what's the girl name? And because you know what? The reason they're talking about them is because they're working with 2 star holders as it is.
Yeah.
And this is what begs the question. Veronica and Katie, how much do you need to put your pussy on the floor? How much do you need to really stand your ground? Because this is my question. No, I'm gonna wrap it back around.
Okay.
You want to take out all the strong teams except Adam and Steve. Why? Why is there an exception? They're your friends, but do you want to win the game or do you not want to win the game? Because you're going to lose in the final.
But that's the thing. This one is just a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? Especially if we consider like the strategy that we want them to implement. Like she has the numbers because she's working with them. And that's where it's unfortunate because the way the challenge works, at the end of the day, you have to compete the best. Veronica and Katie realistically are not going to be anyone here. The goal, like honestly, the win, I think, is to get to the final. Like, if we're being realistic, even if they got to the end with Nicole and Melissa and Frank and Sam, they're losing. I mean, maybe not. I don't want to say it's just definite. Nothing is 100% definite, of course. It's just based on track record. You know, it's been years since the girls have been in their prime. So it's just like it's hard because you know, we want them to implement this strategy, but it's like there's nothing you can do if the numbers you have are also better than you. Because what are they going to do at this point? What are they going to do to be able to even get out? What's his name? Adam and Steve. There's nothing they can do. There's no one who can even probably beat them. And that's the thing. Even if you put Nani and Turbo against them, okay, one team is going to come out of it,
and then now you win against them. And now you win against them.
So I appreciate the game they're playing. The game they're playing is putting them in a position to possibly win. They're going to be in the final. We see a lot of times where people play these scared games and they don't even get to the final. And I do like the idea of specifying getting to the final. I just think when you're naturally a weak team, that's the main goal. The main goal is to be in the final because regardless, you're going to end up with people who are stronger than you. So it's definitely a benefit to train, to get active, to work on these puzzles and stuff like that.
Rachel Fitness.
You have to be the best team. You really do. So that's what's hard because it's a lot of it. But I don't think the alternative should be work with all the strong teams and then definitely lose to them because you're going to be the last one out before the final. But with Ashley and Dario, I hate that it's like certain lessons that can be learned, it kind of goes away because the players themselves are dumb. Like Dario, this episode saying that he regrets taking out Leroy. It's so annoying because it's like, you know, I was standing by the fact that everyone was against him, even though he made this move. But it's also like, same thing I said with Fessy. You can't do a move and not do any other work. Why don't you have an alliance with Veronica and Kate? Where is your alliance with Steve and Adam? Where is your alliance with Frank and Sam? You can't just do one thing. Oh, I'm taking out a strong team to get to the end. And you're not doing any other thing. That's why I really do enjoy Veronica. I enjoy Sam because, you know, like I said, Veronica and Frank.
Katie. Frank.
You know, I'm struggling, girl. But I really enjoy their game style because at least they're taking out these big targets. It's so annoying to just watch all the big targets stump to the end, and then you have the dummies like Fessy who get out right before the final, you know, or Josh who been sucking their ass all season get out right before the final. You know, I like that they are fighting, they're making big moves, they're making great TV, and they're still probably going to be close to the end. You know, so I just like it.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it heavy. So in this conversation, Adam asks Frank, look, I know you cool with Ashley, but do you think you would protect me over Ashley? And Frank has a diary and he's like, girl, how the fuck would I do that? I don't even know you. So Frank feels like he still wants to protect Ashley and Dario. And we see him go to Ashley and Dario and actually tell them that their name is on the chopping block. They want to put y'all in against Nani and Turbo. So good luck. Okay. Very interesting. Turbo has his whole moment. So this is the issue, Lee. This is the issue they're having. Turbo is sleeping in the living room as if it's a motherfucking bed, right? He's sleeping in the living room. He's always in the living room. And people are getting annoyed by that because that's a communal area.
I don't see why that's a problem. I guess it's just, I don't know. That wouldn't bother me. I don't think I would care about that. Would you?
Period. I wouldn't care. But I can kind of I see why other people find it annoying. I think most people find it annoying because they feel like he doesn't have respect, which is what Melissa mentioned and what Nani mentioned. They feel like it's just not courteous. Ideally for you to be sleeping in the living room knowing other people live here and some people want to say all this other shit. I don't think they're mad about him actually sleeping there. They're just mad that he doesn't give a fuck about them. And Turbo doesn't give a fuck about anything. And I can see how that could annoy you if you're living with someone who literally does not care about anybody.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Truly don't think that is the case. I think Turbo. Now I know he has said, like I think people have mentioned that he's like misogynistic and stuff like that. But this the point I was trying to go into. He's from an entirely different culture. There's a language barrier. The things that you see as normal, he probably doesn't just see as normal. You know what I mean? And when he's off the challenge, he's not randomly at certain like after parties and stuff like that. I feel like he goes back to his lifestyle, which is what it is. And I feel like I can't accurately say he doesn't care about anybody because he has a good relationship with like someone like Davon and stuff like that. Like I feel like people, I like from watching like what we saw in Ride or Dies, what we're seeing here, it does seem like people low-key push his buttons. Now, do he react very quickly? Yes, but I also feel like it's because it's a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? Like the cues aren't the same for him. You know, like just leave him alone. Basically, just leave him alone.
I agree.
I don't think nothing negative is going to happen unless you try him. Honestly,
exactly.
And then it gets escalated and it gets real crazy. But it's like, why are you trying him? Especially if you know how Turbo is. Like at this point, we know how Turbo is. And I don't think him sleeping in the living room warrants much else. Now, there could be other things we're not seeing because I was also confused why Melissa jumped in. And I'm like, girl, what is he really doing? But like, let's get into it.
Like, and that's why I feel like it might just be, they kind of just have a general disdain for Turbo himself. I think they don't like how Turbo moves around life. He minds his business. He don't give a fuck about what you're doing. And he moves forward. And I think that irritates some people. Some people just don't like when people act like that. And I think that's where it's coming from because he didn't really seem to do anything, if you ask me. But yes,
it just seems annoying because I think that he's definitely one of those people where it's like he may look angry or like you may have seen a lot of situations where it's like he fights and stuff like that, but he seems like one of those people where if you go up to him and have a conversation, he's not going to turn you away. He's not going to listen.
Right. See, and this is it, Dalvy. This is what I'm going to get into. What's annoying and not courteous is being nasty, disgusting, and not picking up after yourself. I would lose my shit. That is what would annoy me. And Turbo is telling them that he tells the diary room first that he literally has to clean up after everyone because they leave their shit everywhere and they leave their dishes everywhere and all that shit. That's what's fucking nasty and disgusting. There's nothing, and that's the thing. They didn't say that Turbo sleeping in the living room was nasty and disgusting. They're just saying, oh, it's not courteous because it's a common area. That's it. Y'all literally leave your trash and dirt and dishes
and that's
around
also not courteous because it's a common area.
It's worse, in fact. Clean your shit up. Clean up after yourself. So Adam calls him out, and he's basically like, I just don't agree with the fact that you're always in the living room when this is a common place and da 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 da. And Turbo was like, well, I don't agree that y'all leave y'all shit around. I have to clean up y'all shit all motherfucking day. I'm the only one who cleans. I'm literally the only one who cleans here. And him and Adam are going back and forth with it. And Adam's like, well, I agree with the cleaning. I agree with the cups. I just don't agree that you're out here in the living room. And Turbo was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So Nani jumps in.
Honestly, it really don't make sense, girl. Adam, if you ever watched this video, if you ever watched this video, let us know. What was the issue?
What else?
If that's some shit we wasn't seeing, because girl, what's the issue with living in the living room?
I just feel like mind your business. Do you have a room? Like they all just mentioned that there are rooms that you can be in. So if y'all are in y'all room and he's in the living room,
maybe it's one of those situations where it's like they feel weird about his energy already. So it's like coming into the community area. Like I can't even.
They're uncomfortable.
I can't even sit on the couch.
Yeah,
that damn couch.
They're uncomfortable around him, and that's why I do feel like he's able to. People. I like Davon. He had a good relationship. He can bond with people or have a good relationship with people who don't care about those certain things. I feel like it just depends on your personality. I know I wouldn't give a fuck. And even Steve had a diary room, and Steve was like, I like Turbo. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Truly. And it's like, I think it's people like that. There's certain personality types who don't give a fuck. But a lot of challenged people are like just like that. They do feel like those things matter and those things affect them and they're annoyed by it and all of this other shit.
I also just comes from like different backgrounds. Like I literally have grown up in houses where people slept in the living room. That was one time I had to sleep in the living room before I went off to college. Like sleeping in the living room, it's not some like uncommon thing, you know, maybe from their background, man.
Maybe for them.
But it's not something that is really gagging to me.
Yeah, literally. But that's my man. They need to stop coming from my man, okay? Because Nani gets up and she starts to try to stop it. Don't do this. Stop. Who the fuck? Why does Nani think she's somebody mama? She always thinks she's somebody mama. Why are you yelling?
Every damn season, Nani is trying to go off with somebody. Girl, win a challenge.
Why are you yelling? Because Turbo and Adam were having a conversation. Were they getting a little bit back and forthy? They were getting a little back and forthy. But who are you to come in? Stop it! Girl, shut up. And I get it. That's your partner, so you don't want your partner to be arguing, yada, yada,
I
yada.
just feel
But
like
then
this
she
is a
starts
situation-
arguing with the nigga. So it's like, that's not what the point was, because you're arguing with him now. Girl, leave him
Yeah,
alone.
I just feel like at the end of the day, like you like look at the situation of the house, girl. Like I don't. Turbo is arguing with Adam is not the worst of your concerns. You need to be getting in that motherfucking treadmill in that gym, girl, because y'all finna be putting in a lot of work. I wouldn't be surprised if Nani and Turbo don't go in almost every round at this point. Okay. Because it's getting to that point where you don't have any alliances. Doesn't like she has many people she's talking to. Girl, you need to go ahead and focus on that. And that's why Turbo is one of those people who don't care, because Turbo believes that he can beat anyone in the room. And his track record kind of shows that as well. So I don't know. Isabel said, I think since it's raining all the time, they want the living room to use. Only thing I will give them. And someone
use the living room then.
Someone apparently said that in a recap. But that's the thing. It's like
use the living room.
They're acting like his presence there isn't allowing them to use the living room, but you can use it unless you just feel uncomfortable around him.
Use the living room. And I do understand the concept of feeling like, I barely understand it. But from my perspective, there are times in living spaces where I want to allow the other person comfort. So I'm now discomfortable. So I'm like, okay, I know Turbo is trying to sleep. Like, let's say he's literally sleeping, because he was literally sleeping at the club. I don't think he cares that much. Well, he did make a comment. He was like, they do be loud in the living room sometimes. And that's the thing. If Turbo is asleep in the middle of the day and I want to sit in the living room, now I feel like I can't sit in the living room.
That's a different situation. That's a different situation. If even if I'm cool with Turbo, if I go and sit down and I'm talking and he tries to check me for talking,
and he's annoyed,
that's something different, bitch. You're in the living room. So when I come in here and I want to do what I want, don't get mad at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I will say, it's like Turbo mentioned in our room about him farting, but we didn't see an interaction when he's like, don't be farting in my space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Turbo should understand, since you're living in the public space, you deal with everything that's happening in the public space.
Exactly.
So if it's, and that's something we're not seeing, like I said, I would love some detail on that, because if he was calling bitches out because they were doing things in the living room, that's a whole different story, bitch. Like, do not do that.
They're in the living room.
If they just felt uncomfortable by his presence being there, I don't think that's a problem, because
that's on them. That's on them. But yes, and here go fucking Melissa. Melissa, shut the fuck up. The fuck, because Nani and him are going. Nani jumps in on him and his conversation with Adam, and then she jumps into quotations defend Nani. Why? No, Turbo. Why are you doing?
Like, honestly, that was so annoying. Like, girl, none of one of your partners is involved in this. Like, I was annoyed with Nani, but at least that's her partner. You're not even partners with Adam, girl. It's like, what's happening? Like, I guess she had to get it off her chest, but the fact that she came into it at 10. These people
trying to jump my man.
Adam and Turbo were already yelling. Nani starts yelling. Why are you yelling? You just feel like you had to get a yell in, girl. I like Melissa, but this episode really annoyed me. It really annoyed me, girl.
I don't even know that girl. So shut up. The fuck? And that's what Turbo said. Turbo said, girl, get out of it. Shut up. You're not even in this.
You're not even in it.
You're not even in this. What the fuck? Can you be silent? Is what he said. Please. God damn. And then she goes, disrespectful little prick.
Hold on. You're yelling in his face?
The fuck, he was sitting there. Adam stood up, approached him about some bullshit. Turbo checked him because you leave your dirty ass dishes everywhere. So that's the thing. And that's another thing. I think another perspective from Turbo's perspective is, even if what I'm doing isn't what they want, y'all do shit I don't like too. And I'm not standing up, coming for y'all and yelling at y'all for leaving your dishes all around the fucking house and me cleaning it up for you. Because he cleans the dishes for them, they should just shut the fuck up. He cleans your dishes. And I think that's what's annoying him, because it's like, y'all are literally coming for me when y'all do worst shit or similar shit. Y'all are also causing a disturbance. So what the fuck are we talking about? Anyways, but y'all wanted to jump my man, and they want to jump him because I really think it's a personality. Like, they just don't like him as a personality because he's probably not friendly with them. That's the thing. Turbo is not talking to them bitches. Turbo is not talking to Melissa about how her day is or none of that. He's probably minding his business, and that pisses them off because they don't have any type of relationship with them. If it was Nani sleeping in the living room, there would be no TV conversation about it because no one would give a fuck, because Nani sits there and she becomes friends with everybody in the house. So everybody would be okay with it. They're just mad because it's Turbo. If it was not Turbo, wouldn't be a problem. If it was Veronica, it wouldn't be a problem. If it was Melissa, it wouldn't be a problem.
You clocking.
Coming from my
Yeah,
fucking man.
I just didn't like it. But like, this is on the second situation where it does feel like he's provoked, and then he goes off, and everyone was like, "Oh, Turbo, y'all provoked him. No shade. Y'all provoked him in Ride or Dies, and you provoked him here. Y'all know he crazy. So why are we trying to act like he's not crazy? We know he's crazy.
It's like they get surprised at the response. Why are you surprised that he's now going back and forth with you? And then they always try to make it seem like he needs to let it go. He can only continue if you continue to respond. It's like the person will be responding and they're like, Turbo, no, Turbo, why do you keep going? And why are you what?
That pisses me off.
He's
going. That's the people always do that though. People always do that. It'll be all cool, calm, and collected, but as soon as a bitch respond, now it's a problem. Because at the end of the day, people get up. Because I'm one of those people who get real reactive. I'm not gonna lie. And it's such like a 180 because I'm usually very cool, calm, very nice, sweet, making jokes. But when I'm pissed, it definitely turns around. And it's like, why are we confused? Like, you were messing with me, so I showed you what's gonna happen if you do it again. Okay, don't do it again.
So after this, we get to this dumbass daily. They got to solve a puzzle and then drive off a cliff. And they have to touch or hit a star when they drive off the cliff, right? So we see certain teams go. Turbo and Nani go to, averagely heighted people. Davon and Shane go. They're able to hit it. And then we get to Melissa and Nicole. When they go, they do the same thing as everyone else. They drive off the cliff. They reach for the star the same way everyone else reaches for the star. They miss it. Oh, you guys suck. How'd you miss it? Veronica and Katie go. Same thing. Huh.
I don't know why they do any reaching challenge. Because it's very clear this is not a show that cares about making it like realistically fair. Like that, they probably didn't even lower their things, even though they're shorter. You know what I mean? Right. It's so dumb. And it's like we see them do more equitable things. So clearly they know how. It's just not consistent. You have women teams going against like full male teams in this season, or teams with just a whole strong ass male like fucking Turbo, big ass nigga. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's just so unrealistic, and that's also that's another reason why my immediate mindset is Veronica and Katie can't win a final because the finals are difficult as fuck. There's going to be some portion in the final that just naturally Katie and Veronica or Nicole and Melissa as a team cannot do as efficiently as everyone else. And that's so unfucking fair, or something that because Steve and Adam are both men at can overpower every single team there. So it's so annoying that I can't even realistically see a world where they can make it. That's why I'm like, well, the final is the win for them. But it's like, no, they should be able to compete. It's just every season shows us that it's not a fair situation. But that is the challenge at the end of the day. I feel like one thing about this show, while I want strategy implemented, the end game is always you just gotta be the best,
It's the challenge.
And there are women who can't, like Cara won solo. I believe Rachel did too before. So it's a thing. It's just it's rare. That's why it wouldn't happen twice. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very rare. So they really should edit these challenges to make it work. That's why I love it as guy-girl pairs. I feel like that's so fair. I love guy-girl pairs. Any other situation, or like when they run solo finals, I hate that. Do not run a solo final. That's stupid unless you're gonna have a boy and girl winner. That's fine. But this, I just did not like this, and I felt the same way about Bloodlines. It's just, girl, let's not mix the things. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree. But so of course they lose, and Adam and Steve win. It was also just a boring challenge. How is it this boring but also inequitable? Like, it got to be one or the other, because the puzzle part was equitable, and all they do is drive off the cliff. This was stupid and unfair. Are y'all dumb? Anyway, so Adam and Steve win.
So I wasn't that mad for long.
I know that's right. Adam and Steve win. We go back to the house, and Melissa is ranting. This is another thing. Why are you so angry? Like, I understand if you wanted to get it off your chest that you are annoyed. Like, I understand being angry and childish. Grow up. I understand if you're annoyed with the way he's been acting or anything. You can be annoyed with someone. I feel like you're always justified to be annoyed with someone. It doesn't matter what they do. They can scratch their nose and that can annoy you. I get it. But after you address it and you guys have a conversation about it, you still being mad after so much to where you're like, I'm gonna purposefully leave my plates around the house because now he's mad that he has to clean up my plates because I'm a slob. I'm gonna continue to be a slob on purpose. Okay,
Like, you dirty bitch.
go off.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not. You're not eating anything up with that. You're nasty on national TV. And it's just like, honest. And the Turbo already said y'all nasty as fuck. So y'all not changing anything.
And then you know what killed me? No one disagreed with that. No one said we do clean. No one said. Usually in situations like this, somebody called somebody. They were like, no, girl, that's not true. I actually do. No one said that. They all just let that. They all know they nasty. They're nasty as fuck. And it's like, honestly, her leaving her plate is nothing new for him. He already cleans y'all dishes. Like, you're not even eating him up. He does it anyways. You're like, okay, like, I don't know. She thinks she's eating this up.
I just hate how she got implemented into this storyline that had nothing to do with her. She like they have a talk later, and it's like, why? Who gives a damn what Melissa thinks about
Melissa
this?
here?
Like, literally, Adam approached him.
Wanted the storyline off my man.
Nani is his partner. Those people make sense. You're not in this, Melissa.
Yeah, she wanted the storyline for real.
So bad, no shade.
So bad. Oh, maybe she just got anger management issues. Because
no, she does go off. She goes.
You always go off. Always going off about something.
There was literally in Total Madness, she like got on the table and was screaming in somebody's face. And I don't recall how it got there, but it was not that big of a deal from what I remember. Going the fuck off, but she gonna find the right person that's gonna give her that energy back. I feel like girl, you can't be going off on anybody, but I think she definitely pick and choose her battles.
As she should.
Now, I will say I would not be going off on Turbo. Like, she got bigger balls than me because my big ass wouldn't even go at Turbo. Okay, she was in that man's face. She didn't give a fuck. Okay.
I would love Turbo so much. Like, I would have started arguing.
She threw a drink in Raven's face.
I remember that. Yeah. She punched Kayla.
She did. That's when they both got sent. Oh, my bad. That's when she both got sent home.
She got she might need to see someone.
Yes, Josh got it. She got into it with Josh. Yep. Ooh, girl. Yeah, she was in his ass. She's like, you little pussy, you little fake bitch, you little. Yes, you're so weak. You're so weak.
I think I would like her in a lot of situations, just not this one.
You would. This coming from my man. This is a terrible situation, for real. Yeah. And also, she's just not like the whole Nicole situation. How she just submitted to that. Like, honestly, this is the worst I've seen.
Example of her,
and I only really seen her like once. And that was way better than what I'm seeing now. But I've seen the clips and shit. So it's like, ooh, girl, where's the diva?
Where's that queen at? I need her to come out because right now I'm not getting it. No shade. But anyways, we head to the club.
Face is funny. I will say, I feel like
I want to see that season. That had a lot of drama that season. Yes. Olivia and what's that lady name? Horacio's girlfriend.
Nerese.
What is her? Nerese. The Olivia Nerese tea. That sound like tea. I know Michelle was there. That's my girl. We got the Raven versus Raven. I heard was causing a stir on that season, and I like the Raven.
Funny because we saw her on Ride or Dies, and like I did not think she would be like some sort of like staple for the franchise.
She was chill. She was just a little. You remember her being a little cracked about
about the Johnny thing. But girl, I'd be cracked over
I would
Johnny.
Be too. I would have cracked.
Too good.
Yeah,
too good. Like that's the only person that can take me from Corey.
Why is he not back? Bring him back.
Literally.
What happened to getting fine people? Like, and even the new 40 the new 41 cast, I've seen that they have attractive white people, but like attractive white people aren't like attractive. They're just, them. Like, what happened to the light skin?
That'd be a very specific kind of white man. Like CT do it for me.
CT not white.
Tony does it for me.
He's Italian. Notice how you're naming Italians.
Tony's Italian too?
Yes. Oh, that's not his last name. That's the one from. What's Tony's last name?
I know he's from Louisiana. That's why I didn't think he was. He probably not, girl. You just talking.
But no, he probably is.
Tony Raines. I don't think he Italian.
Let me Google it. He gotta be because regular white people are not fine. You gotta be Italian.
Well, no, something like them little like them Southern men, especially when they get with the buzz cut, that looks good. Honestly,
Native American and Italian.
Oh, you ate that up. It's Italian men. It is Italian men. They have
I'm telling you, those are the only white men that can do it for me.
About them.
Those are the only white men that can do. They have a swagger, and regular white people don't have that swagger.
No, for me, it's like I really don't like I don't want like a someone that is just solely in white spaces. I can't do that. But like the kind of urban, I'm like, okay, you kind of do it for me.
I see that. it's hard for me. It's hard for me. But yes. Somebody said Tony Reyes must be a $5 Italian. Wait, oh my god, because ain't no way, girl. Allegedly, Google be wrong. Pauly D on the challenge. He too old now. Yeah, but they should have got him back in the day.
They should have. Sure. They probably was all saying no, girl. They was making money and doing crack.
Yeah, they were famous like Survivor contestants. They wasn't this regular ass whatever this shit is. But anyways, they go to the club and Veronica is talking to Shane and she's asking him to vote with her and her group against Nany and Turbo. And he's like, well, no, you can get Dario and Ashley, you can get Frank and Shane, and you can get Melissa. So you have the votes actually without us, actually. And she was like, well, I mean, I'm getting a lot of pressure from people because they're telling me like, how are you on my side if you're not going to vote with me? Are you playing the middle? And he was like, well, I mean, look, vote us in. Since you don't trust me, just vote us. And I get Shane's point because I think Veronica wants the votes and she wants Shane. Like she wants everything. You like want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want Frank vote. You want Adam and Steve vote. You want Nicole and Melissa vote. You want Dario and Ashley vote. You want Shane and Devon vote. Like she wants everything, which all power to her. All power to her.
Everything.
But I see Shane from Shane's group. He's like, girl, I'm not doing that. Like you want me to fuck my game up just to show loyalty to you, even though we friends. You know we friends.
Fuck you. Look, Veronica, she said, I'm playing, mama. Look, okay.
Amen. But she's like, yeah, we've been friends for 20 years, and I mean, you're not aligned with me. You're against me. You're coming up with these plans. And Shane was like, Davon, coming up with the plans.
This is what the challenge is missing. They're friends outside of this, yet they're not even working together for real. They're working against each other's interests. What?
L. Williams said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I have to address this real quick. Pharaoh, you know you like white men.
Well,
absolutely not.
Well, did you say you got topped by a white man yesterday?
No, I got topped by a Brazilian a fine ass Brazilian with an accent, honey.
Not you having
if he don't have an accent, he can't bend me over. Period.
Okay. So the category is non-black.
The category is black people have accents, African people.
But you don't.
I've been bent over by a few Nigerians, huh? What you say?
Well, they said Pharaoh like anything, to be honest.
Pharaoh does like anything, to be honest. I am literally pansexual. I will fuck a pan. Anyways,
a pan is crazy. But I really love how they're friends outside of this game. I love how they're friends outside of this game, and they're not letting it affect their thing. Like they could just sit here and be like, "Oh, me and Veronica are going to the end," but it's more than that. And it's like you shouldn't let that end your friendship. Like Veronica and Shane, they know different shit is going on, and they still sit in the room talking.
Which I fuck
with. Because we're playing games.
Period. But they start going back and forth a little bit, no shade. And when they start going back and forth, Frank hears his name. And he's like, oh, was that my name I heard? And Shane was like, go ahead, come on up. Go ahead, come over. And he was like, no, say what you was going to say. What's going on? Frank and Shane start going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then Davon comes over. And Frank is like, well, look, I'm hearing my name a lot. Shane's like, well, look, we wasn't talking about you. We were talking about our relationship. We weren't heated about you at all. And he's like, okay, well, then we could just end the conversation. And Davon was like, amen. Let me bring up
I'm sorry. I love Davon. Ricky, I get it. They say Davon been a flop this season. I get how you can feel that, but I love Davon so much that the 5 minutes we get per episode is enough for me. It does it for me. I don't know. I think it's because if you've been covering Davon since season 17, like I have, following her throughout, I have my entertainment. It's Davon. Like I know Davon. She's given me more than enough. She deserves to receive. So if she has to stay under the radar to win, let her. That's my sister. That's my sister. I'm sorry. She's giving it for me. She really is.
She's focused on the game.
Yeah,
it's what she's doing.
Like I said, that 5 minutes per episode. Hey, look, mama,
we'll take it
for your daughter.
Little mama, go up. But anyways, after this, we get a conversation with Melissa and Turbo. Melissa's like, well, look, can we talk? He was like, I really don't want to. We don't have to, actually. But she starts talking anyways. And she says, I would like you to be way more respectful to your housemates. You know, you using these communal.
I think y'all would have walked away from her.
He didn't even want to walk. He would sleep. Leave him alone. Let my man sleep. Like, oh my God.
This man will
you using communal areas and then telling me to be quiet, telling me to shut up. And Turbo was like, well, look, when there's two people talking and two people fighting, the third, he said, when two people are fighting, the third does not need to come in. There's no third. No third needs to come, which is period. which is literally on period. Why are you talking?
But why are we
I'm arguing with my teammate.
Why are we literally arguing and yelling at someone that doesn't even they're not even able to speak coherent like English all the time? Like, it's very clear this is his second language. It's very clear that he is not in the same social spaces as y'all. I just don't understand it. It's kind of like when you see on TV someone is like yelling at a drunk person. It's like, you know, they're not coherent in this state, yet you're pissed off at it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like you like he like it's like a different really situation. You need to be able to like really sit down and be calm and explain things, because he just is not from this environment. It's literally like, what if you went into his country or his environment or his social spaces and you just got yelled at because of course you're acting differently? You wouldn't like that, would you? You wouldn't like that. Like, so it's just, I just hate it. I just don't like it, because it's like, a lot of times if y'all just wasn't provoking the man or poking at him, I feel like it wouldn't get this intense. Like, and from what I see, it never really feels like Turbo comes at people. I could be missing something, but I don't recall him going at someone first usually.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's people are bothered by some of the things he does or the way that he acts, and then they kind of talk about it. But it's like, girl, shut up. But anyways, Nani comes in, stop it. So she stops it, and Melissa finally is able to excuse herself from my man's presence. And then here go Nani talking to him. Look, when you play the challenge, you have to be respectful to people. You have to play this game with respect. And I've been trying to tell you, that's what they're trying to tell you. You're not being respectful to the other people around you, so we're not able to move forward in the game. And that's why we're going in. And
mind you, Nani, you flop every season.
You've never won.
That's what annoys me. I feel like Nani is like always, because, you know, she had another diary room this episode about how she never won and she wants to win. It's her time. We get that every fucking season. Turbo doing this is not gonna stop you from winning. If you lose again, it's because you are a flop. There's no reason you should be losing. You have the most experience out of everyone here, damn near. And that's including
combined, damn near.
And I feel like that's including Veronica. I don't even give it that. Like, girl, you like, if you lose, mama, that's on you. Let's be motherfucking for real. You were with Turbo. Yeah. You were with Turbo.
A winner, a champion.
Someone that hasn't even been eliminated regularly in any season, I believe. Or he's like either lost one elimination, but I don't even think he lost any. So it's like, girl, he may have. Has he won? Let me go fact check that.
Go look into that. We get to the vote. Ashley and Dario vote.
Oh yeah, his one is against Horacio and Olivia and Rada Dawes. That's the one. Other than that, he was medically evacuated or he won. So it's like, girl, if you lose, that's on you, mama. But she lost with Bananas. Okay. She lost with Wes. You're a loser. No shade.
No, that's shade. You eat that up. Yeah,
like, girl, that's not why you're gonna lose. If you lose, you lose. You always lose.
Suck. You've always lost.
And she's probably never won, actually. Like, if y'all see who's left in the 41 cast, it's like, it gives very much. She probably not even gonna win that, but
she gonna lose that too.
Not too much spoiler. I just feel like anybody can beat Nani, even someone that's like a literal rookie. Like, I think she just gives very beatable.
She is beatable. She's always lost. What else could she be but beatable? She's the only woman in here who is always lost. Oh, that's not true. Yeah, I was trying to start saying some crazy shit. Yeah. Anyways, they get to vote. Everybody vote Ashley and Dario. When Kate and Veronica vote Ashley and Dario, they start talking, right? They start having conversations. Frank is like, well, I mean, people are asking, and they're like, what's this plan y'all have? What's this plan that's going on? And Frank was like, well, you know, it's obvious what the plan is. Like, don't start asking them what the plan. Don't start pressing them about the plan. They were like, well, what's the plan? He was like, well, look, anybody who's a star holder is an option, right? Yeah. And Shane was like, okay, so who are the options then? And he was like, well, not Adam and Steve. So that just leaves, and Shane was like, oh, so you and Sam would be an option then. And Frank was like, well, what are you trying? Is that a threat? They
are so sick because they don't go. It's very like, ooh, like, it's like, I like the war of words. I can't talk, girl. I can't talk.
Word. That's hard.
I like when it's like daggers being shot at each other with words, because I feel like a lot of time women are able to do that, and then it can like build up to something bigger. But like the straight man, they don't be giving that. It gives very much what. Like, have you seen like CT arguing back in the day? Every time. It's like a male. It's just like, why are we getting here?
It goes 0 to 100. There's no back and forth. It's just stand up.
So I like a little back and forth a little bit first. I like a little back and forth. It's like, ooh, and they're very shady. They're very shady to each other, and I live for that.
I love it. Is that a threat, babes? But yeah,
I live.
So
I
boom.
wish it was a season where this pair shit would break up at some point because I think Frank could win by himself.
Ooh.
No shade to Sam, but
Ooh.
like that I
Let's
think
see.
Sam is gonna be the one reason why he would not win this season.
I agree. He's playing very, very impressively, honestly. Very, very good.
And not even
Um,
that like she is just terrible. It's just that I think he's really great. It's like
yeah,
Jordan. It's like Jordan with Anissa. It really is. It's like
yeah.
Anissa could keep up to a certain extent. But it's like
The phone
this
keep up.
person is here. So it's like you like for example, like I think Sam could
Mhm.
exert herself to a level that she's never been exerted. Same with Anissa.
Okay.
But it
Boom.
still
I see that.
wouldn't be as much as Frank's competitiveness or like Jordan's competitiveness. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true. You know what's annoying? People like Shane and Frank who are like carrying, even Dario, Shane, Frank, Dario. These are the people who are carrying this season. None of them are on the next season. It's all the people who went home. Leroy lost. Nani lost. Like the people they bring back are not the people who are engaging the storyline of the season.
Yes.
And it's like the reason this season, even Veronica, she might
Shane
be
does
getting
that
along.
every time. When Veronica has people to play off of, she does that.
Yeah.
Frank is doing that. Mind you, he ain't been on the show in fucking years. He only played like 2 seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love that energy. And it's definitely coming from a place of these are teams who do not naturally win. They can't come in here and just win all the dailies and win all of the eliminations. So they're going to play the game that they know how to play and just get to the end to have that chance. If they end up there with Adam and
Mhm.
Steve, I mean, shit, we was probably gonna lose anyway, bitch. We got here.
Mm-hmm. So Frank and them goes back in the house. He's ranting to his group of people about what Shane just did, and he asked Adam straight up. He's like, "Are we an option? Like, are we in trouble?" And Adam was like, "I mean, y'all aren't off the table." And that Frank Frank does not like that at all. Which I wouldn't either. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Then we see Shane and Davon have a conversation with Adam and Steve, and they're pitching to them that look, Frank and Sam are after the strong team. If they win another daily, which they have won one before, they will put y'all in. Y'all are one of the only strong teams left. And Adam was like, well, no, Frank gave me a handshake. We made a handshake deal. They was like, girl, I wouldn't
trust that, mama. But see, this is the point I'm talking about too. Like, unless they're just not showing it, but I doubt it. Like, Fessy and Amber. Like, if a move is made, like we've seen Fessy make big moves before. It's like, where is the background? We're not seeing you go talk to this team. We're not seeing you go talk over here. The fact that Shane Davon is even talking to Adam and Steve, it's like y'all are in 2 separate alliances. But that's what you need to do. You need to go talk to people. We didn't like when Dario made that move against Leroy. Yeah, it's stupid because you don't have any numbers now. But it's only stupid because why are you not making other numbers? Why are you not making other deals? After Dario got out Leroy, it's like nothing else happened from that decision.
Literally nothing.
So it's like, why are y'all not doing other things? Shane and Davon are realizing we're not in the majority. We could go in. Let's start doing other shit. Veronica, Frank, all that's what they're doing. Ash and Dario didn't do that. They're just sitting there.
They literally just sat there.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Nicole and Melissa are next because they barely been doing that too.
Yeah. Ciao. So boom. After this, Frayne and Shank.
They need to cast a full flagship version of Frank's, Shane's, and fucking Veronica. Because that would be great. So I just saw in the chat, this season is way better than 40. Yeah, it is. It is. And it's crazy because it's shorter, it's less people, but it's so good. And it didn't even start off that strong. Like the flagship, it'll start off strong, and then 5 to 6 episodes in, it's terrible. Mind you, we got to sit here for 6 more months. With this, it's like it was a slow build, and now it's just really moving. That like the slow build, I love it now because it kind of flows into the overall storyline that we're getting now. Like it's been so good. Like it's been so good. The challenge you would say, she will stay on my roster. Now at that flagship.
Ciao. Bye. Grown woman go cry. No, the flagship is real bad. I don't like it at all. But we move. Boom. Frank and Shane have their conversation. Very hilarious. And Frank is going off on Shane. He's like, look. You're obsessed with me. Why are you coming up with these lies like this? And Shane was like, look, you masterminded it. You got it. You ate it up. You're the reason Adam and Steve have been going in and in and in. It's okay. You ate it up. You're queening out. And they're kind of going back and forth. He's like, you're queening out. You know, me, I love me. I love me.
They both queening out.
You're queening out. You're queening out. And Frank was like, are you mocking me? She was like, yes, I am. And he's like, but you're saying I'm trying to have a moment. You're literally mocking me. why did Shane say, you're kind of mockable? And then walked away. What? What is wrong with these? Both of them are literally sick.
Bro,
What is
I
wrong
don't think
with I
All
love
Stars
Lady
has
T.
a reunion. They need a reunion for this season.
I love. Oh, they
This
do.
season is a reunion. I
They
can't remember.
do.
No, I don't think the last one had a reunion, right?
I don't believe if it did, we didn't. I didn't give a fuck about them. So maybe they did. But that would be nice because this was a good season. Child, but boom. We head to the jungle. Adam and Steve going in already. Oh no, they're not. Adam and Steve put in Nani and Tarmo to go against Ashley and what's that boy name? Dario. They played the challenge. It's another puzzle. It's always a motherfucking puzzle. It's always a motherfucking puzzle.
In my motherfucking hands.
The motherfucking. So anyways, one of your people got to do the puzzle. The other person have to hold up the thing for the longest, and then do the puzzle. And if you drop it, you can't do it. Anyways, Nani and Turbo eat it up. Ashley and Dario lose, and they're out of the game. And that's it. Now there's a star up for grabs.
Yeah, next week is going to be another star challenge. Who do we think getting it? Wait, if a star pair win, do they give it to someone else?
No, it's whatever non-star pair does the best.
First. Oh, I forgot that. I forgot about that part. Yeah. Girl, it's gonna be Shane and Davon. Ooh, it may be depending on the challenge.
Yeah,
depending on the challenge.
Because I was gonna say maybe Veronica and Katie have won a daily.
They have.
It's
like it just depends on what kind it is because they love to do the extracurriculars.
If it's physical, definitely Davon and Shane. I feel like have
been flopping.
Right, they've been irrelevant, like so much to where they need to go home.
They need to be next. Dead ass. It's no shade. They need to be
dead
ass.
No shade. Like I'm
because if we get Nicole and Melissa out next, the real game kind of starts.
Yes, we have players. We have players left in the game. That will be an interesting final five. Very much so. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, I think Shane and Davon could get it. I do.
But like a season like this, I wouldn't mind. No, I don't think any show should be as long as what they do for the flagship challenge. But like, let's say we only got like what 1 or 2 more weeks. If it was like 4 or 5, I wouldn't be that mad because it's like, okay,
yeah.
This is eating.
It's a good season. When it's a good season, it works. But it's so rare they get a good season because they're just not good at casting. They're really not good at casting. Even though they cast the same people, there's still a better group of people they could get with each other. You shouldn't get friends every season. And they know who's friends with each other because they are literally there with their friends with them too. They're the producers. They're there recording with the camera. So it's like they should know not to get a bunch of friends. Why would that be an entertaining season? And that's what they've been doing for so long, and they still don't know how to stop.
This is what they do. This is what they do.
Like what the fuck?
They write the checks out.
Oh my god!
To the returning players as a charity donation. And then they write it off on their taxes. That's what's happening. This is a motherfucking money laundering scheme. I truly believe, because how do they even have the money to be paying these bitches $500,000 come on TV type shit? That is what's the fuck happening. That is what's happening because there's no way. There's no way. I know the ratings ain't paying for it. What's happening? Drag Race only been on MTV for 2 seasons, and it's doing better views than the challenge. That's insane. That means people can watch the challenge more, or they could watch MTV more. They just don't want to. So that is actually crazy as hell. I wanted to say something, but I think I forgot.
But yeah, that was the episode. We will be back next week to discuss the next episode or whatever. Get into our other shit. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Amazing Race. Saturday we'll be doing Drag Race. On Wednesdays we do Survivor Race with Survivor Australia and Survivor 48. Also get into Survivor Rewind if you want to. And boom. Coming soon, we have Reality Rewind. Make sure you send in your votes. The link is in the description for one of these 10 shows that we will be covering. Child, it's coming down to the wire. I already think I know what we're covering. But hey, send in your vote anyways. And also get into the Scripted Kingdom or whatever. And that's it. Thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom. We out.
Wow.